Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here, yeehaw, and we have a new Pokemon who just arrived in Pokemon Unite, so it's that time again where I tell you whether or not you should buy the newest release, Should You Buy Zacian? And oh my goodness, where do I even start with this Pokemon? Let's start with this. I do believe that this is the most broken release in Pokemon Unite history. Yes, I think it's more broken than Sylveon. I think it's more broken than Blastoise, more broken than Duraludon. There have been some pretty broken releases as far as the game is concerned, and there have been some pretty underwhelming releases, let's be fair. Comfey was a bit of a disaster. Scizor was an absolute mess, and then other times you get something like Urshifu, where half of its kit's really amazing, half of its kit is super undertuned. So I think in general, they just have a tough time really balancing these Pokemon, and I think more often than not they want them to release powerful rather than feeling kind of weak. Zacian is insane. It's crazy. You can dive tier 2 goals, you can one-hit KO tanky Pokemon with its Unite move. I don't really even understand where they thought this would land in the spectrum of power, but this Pokemon is completely overpowered. It's the most nuts thing inside the game right now. It's so broken. It's to the point where when you see one on the enemy team and you don't have one on your team, you know that you're in for a very, very difficult match, and it's going to be very hard to win. I do think this Pokemon is going to be getting an emergency nerf. I don't think there's any question about it. They probably won't do it today as I'm recording this on Pokemon Day, but in general, this Pokemon needs to get tuned back very, very quickly because it's absolutely disgusting. So my first thought with Should You Buy is, do you want that? If you want that, let me tell you what you have to do to get this. You have to spend roughly 1,200 gems currently. This Pokemon unlocks for free using the daily adventure tiles. I can't remember the name of it inside the game. You roll some dice, you land on a square, it tells you a little quest to do. You do that quest, which is usually just win a game with this Pokemon or play 3 battles inside the game. Once you do that, you acquire 12 of these little points that you can use to unlock Zacian, who is worth 600 of these points. So someone in my chat was saying that it looks like you can unlock this Pokemon in either 17 or 18 days of playing for free. You can also buy extra dice, giving you the ability to move faster. You could also do quests without actually doing the quest. You can pay for the quest. So if you were to go through the entire line of just paying for it, someone was saying it's roughly 1,200 gems, or you could just play the game for an extended period of time and unlock the Pokemon naturally. So that's how you would need to unlock the Pokemon. You would need to pay a lot for it, and what you would be paying for is a whole lot of overpowered, all-rounder, insane, disastrous Pokemon. I don't know. If that sounds good to you, then that is what you would be buying. One of the craziest releases in the game's history. I think it will be getting a nerf very, very soon. But even if it does, the playstyle is pretty solid. It's a really cool Pokemon because the way it works with Eos Energy and giving you the ability to basically reset your moves and use a sort of boosted version of them is just kind of crazy. I sort of love it, but I feel very, very dirty playing it. Those are my big thoughts on Zacian. In general, it's nuts. It's nuts. Do you want to play something crazy? Do you want to play the best thing in the game right now? Well, that's what they're kind of propositioning right here. Do you want to play the best thing in the game right now? Well, it's going to cost you. I think in general, if something is free and you don't have your absolute heart set on it, like I didn't even buy it yet, I'm just using the trial license. If it's free and it's not the #1 thing on your list, I would always just grind and earn it. And then if you come towards the end of the Zacian window and you can't get it for whatever reason, you could always buy a couple of the adventure dice and unlock it that way. That being said, I think a lot of people are going to pick this up because it's so unbelievably powerful. I mean, what a freaking release. It's kind of a shame because it's the only thing I don't like about this new patch. There's tons of cool things. I'll talk more about that soon, but those are my thoughts on Zacian. Yeah, be careful. I don't know. It's nuts and it costs a lot. Okay, love you.